Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Therapy with Miss T, where I'm Miss T, guys, and I'm here to do our daily, like energy check in, I guess, like our messages, right? So, this is what I'm kind of feeling for the collective, right? You guys are the collective if you are following me, right? You're part of my little group, right? So, we might energetically be connecting or kind of like feeling some of these things around this time, right? So let's just get into what I was picking up on. For someone today, Friday, February 25th, 2022. But whenever you feel drawn to this message, that's when it's meant for you, okay? So, yeah, guys, this is energy. So, the messages that I pick up on is all my messages come from the Most High, okay? So, just to let everyone know that. But, yeah, this is Therapy with Misty, where we keep it real, raw, and uncut. I am not a therapist. If you need help, reach out to someone. I'm feeling a lot of anxiety. So that's why I'm kind of like, I don't know, something's going on here. Okay, so there's something going on with someone. Okay, maybe you are feeling a sense of stress. Maybe there is something here that is bothering you. Okay, because it's kind of the energy that I was picking up on for today. For the messages, right? So there's someone around this time, guys, that may be feeling this way towards something that they've done to you, right? So yeah, there's something heavy I'm picking up on, but I do feel like someone is dealing with something here. I'm also being drawn to a car. So I don't know if there's something about a vehicle or someone is stressed out about a vehicle or something has happened involving a vehicle, okay? I'm just hearing a big bill, okay? So I don't know if someone's having to pay a big bill or if there's something about a fee or there's something here that may be costly involving a vehicle. So be mindful of that. Yeah, I'm just being drawn to a big bill. Okay. Um, yeah, I don't know what that's about, but I'm just hearing that. Okay. So be mindful around this time. I'm hearing what's that about, spirit? Okay, so you know they're drawing me to a screen door. So I don't know what this is about, but for someone this may resonate, right? So they're drawing me to like you know how you have a screen door you'll open and then you have the front door you'll open, like like the back door or something, but it has a screen door before you get to the other door, right? Um, there's something about that energy. Why is there a screen door? Because in the summer, right, when you want to open your front door, but you don't want to let what in? You don't want to let the bugs in. You don't want to let the flies in, right? Like you want to finally open your door, but you have the screen there to protect you in a sense from things coming into the home, right? Like that's why you can use the screen door. It helps as a barrier. It's like an extra layer of protection to kind of not allow certain things in. So there's something around this time, guys, where something about protection, right? Maybe you're not letting things in, maybe you're not letting energies in, maybe you're not thinking about certain things, right? This may be a time in your life where you are just finally opening your main door to allow some fresh air in, but you're being protected, right? You're still protected even now as you're finally opening this door, right? Imagining opening it on a sunny, bright, shiny day, and all of a sudden the sun comes in, and then the screen is there to keep the flies and all the nasty stuff out, right? Like you're finally able around this time to be happy, but now you're also protected to allow all the little things that you don't want to bother you. They're not bothering you around this time. So just know that. But the message that I was getting for someone, okay, for today, and it's crazy because the other day I kept seeing the word guilt and then I kept seeing the word remorse. And I didn't know how this played in for the message of what I was seeing today, right? And I kept being drawn to for today, forgive, and then I heard forget. Okay, so we're gonna talk about this because this is Therapy with Miss T. We keep it real, raw, and uncut, right? So let's just talk about it, right? So when I looked up guilt, it literally means the fact of having committed a specified offense or crime, right? So if someone is feeling guilty around this time, guys, for how they've done you or how they've treated you, there's someone that feels guilty because they know they have committed a specified offense or crime, meaning they know they did you wrong, meaning they know they are guilty, meaning they know they are having a sense of remorse around this time because maybe you are a good person and someone really did you wrong. So then I was drawn to the definition of remorse, right? Remorse means deep regret, admitting one's own mistakes, and taking responsibility for one's actions. Okay? Accountability. So there's something around this time where someone is feeling remorse, right? Someone is having regrets around this time for how they treated you. Someone could be in their feelings about how they treated you, right? There could be someone that is really now pondering or thinking or, you know, thinking back, right? I'm even hearing flashbacks. So someone may even be having past memories of you and them, right? And there could be someone having a lot of remorse around this time. And it means admitting one's own mistakes. So it's someone trying to now take accountability. It's someone now saying, you know what, let me own up to this. Yeah, I was wrong, right? Like responsibility. But what does it require you to be responsible? It means you also have to be authentic and real and true to yourself, right? If you want to be really responsible. And there's something around this time where someone is now wanting to take accountability for something that they may have done towards you that they now may feel guilty for and have deep remorse, okay? Then I looked up the meaning of forgive. So forgive means to stop feeling angry or resentful towards someone. So I feel like you're in the energy of like you're not resentful, you're not angry, but maybe it's kind of like you don't feel it anymore, right? You've kind of released it. Like you've already let it go. Like it hurt. Of course it hurt. Of course it was painful, but you still let it go. And you found a way to forgive, right? You found a way to forgive. And regardless of whatever the situation is, there's something now where someone wants to take accountability for their actions, right? And maybe you've already forgiven and moved on. Now, the word forget was the last one, right? It says means to fail to remember, put out of one's mind and cease to think of or consider. So there's something that you don't really think about anymore. There's something that you don't really consider anymore. You don't look at it as really like an option, right? So you're kind of in a sense forgetting it because you're not really looking at it as an option anymore. You're not seeing it as the only option. Now you're seeing something as there's more, right? And there can be more. And you don't have to be stuck on something or someone that is now having guilt or remorse for how they may not have taken accountability and for how they may have or may not have treated you, right? You can forgive. And then you also can forget and move on, right? Now, you won't always not remember. No, I'm not saying that it just completely goes away. And healing takes time. But what I'm saying is that you have the right to know that, yes, it hurt. And by now, you know, in your healing process or wherever you are, you may be a little further along to where you're like, look, you know, I'm good. It is what it is, right? Like it is what it is now. So there's something around this time where just know that it's when you close the door, right? Like when I said in my other message, it's time to close the door. When you close the door on something or someone energetically, you close the door for you. You don't close the door for that person. You close the door on anything that is toxic, unhealthy, not making you feel right or feel good. You close the door for you, right? For your sanity, for your sense of your mind, right? You don't want to keep looking at something. You don't want to keep feeling something. You don't want to keep stabbing you know what I'm saying? Like who? No, that's that mental insanity energy. So when you finally close the door on something that may have been very painful, now someone is feeling the guilt and remorse of what you've already processed in a sense, right? Because you've kind of moved past it. You've moved on. So you remember how it felt when you were there. Yes, it hurt, but you've moved on. So now someone is feeling the guilt and the remorse of what it is that you may have felt, and maybe someone now wants to take accountability, right? And it's ultimately up to you because you have to pray on it, but you can always forgive, but can you really forget? Right? Like, can you really just forget? Like, you still know that something was painful. You still know that you experienced this experience, right? You still know that you went through this situation. You still realize and know in the back of your mind that that was the reality of what you had to feel or see or go through or endure, right? You still kind of know. So even though you want to forget, right, you still will always kind of know. So you forgive for you, right? You don't forgive for them. You forgive yourself for staying for however long you stayed. You forgive yourself for putting up with whatever you put up with that was disrespectful. You forgive yourself for not appreciating yourself enough to love yourself enough and know you deserve more or deserve better. You just forgive yourself, right? Because at the end of the day, it's for you, not them. Someone is feeling it now, guys. Okay? Someone knows or they feel or they know or they're having remorse around this time. And it's not to gloat because, ultimately, yes, sometimes you want to be like, dang, I wish I could, but you don't, right? You let go and you let God, basically, like, for real. You let the Most High. And when you really do that, despite being talked about, right? Despite being ridiculed, despite being looked at as different, or seen as different, maybe weird or crazy, whatever, right? You were talked about. You were. I know you were, okay? Because I've been talked about too. All right, this therapy with Miss T, we keep it real raw and uncut. Somebody talked about you, right? And does that always feel good? No, right? Because it could be someone that you thought you really loved, right? Maybe someone didn't talk about you. Maybe they didn't have your back. Maybe they weren't honest, right? Maybe someone really just didn't know how to tell the truth, right? Just didn't know how to live in their truth, right? This happens. This is therapy with Miss T, and we know this is the real, raw and uncut. And the reality of it is that you can love someone. Yes, you can. But does that mean that this person is ever going to love you how you truly deserve to be loved? And if someone has not given you that or shown you that, then yes, you have the right to close the door. And that's on anything, whether it's now someone feeling guilt and remorse and you ready to move on. That's on anything, right? It's on anything. That can be a friendship that you've known someone for a very, very long time, right? And this might have been the person that you never thought you would not know anymore, right? And maybe you and this person were really best friends and you really do love this person. But maybe there's something where you're just moving on, right? It's even that sometimes, guys. It's even that. Knowing that at some point you have to close the door, right? You just have to close the door. And then, of course, we have free will. You don't have to, but you also have to know that, yes, this hurt, right? You have feelings. You're not immortal to the fact that you don't feel. You feel too. You've experienced some painful situations. And it's sometimes, guys, when you're going through your most painful, like I'm talking about the most painful, right? Like it can't get no more painful than this kind of painful. That's the kind of painful I'm talking about. You went through that, okay? Or you're going through it, or you've experienced it, or you went through some sort of scenario that was painful, not your ordinary type of pain. And in that time frame that you are feeling all of this and going through this, right? You may feel alone. You may feel like you're by yourself. You may feel like you have no one. And it's crazy because I kept hearing the song by Celine Dion, All By Myself, right? And she was saying in the song, I don't want to be all by myself. But she felt like she was all by herself. So maybe there was a time, guys, where you have felt all alone. And you felt like no one else was there and no one else was around to be there for you. Whatever this energy is and whoever these people are, they may be feeling it now. Because there's something about guilt and remorse. And no matter what, we all have feelings. I don't care who you are or how much you try to tuck them away or how hard you try to come off, you still have feelings. Okay? We have feelings. We are humans. And at the end of the day, whether you put on or you put off, you show it or you don't, right? You go be alone sometimes and you may cry, okay, by yourself. And nobody knowing that you crying, but you crying, okay? And you don't know what somebody going through, right? That's why all this mental health stuff is for real. So there's something around this time where it's like people just don't know what you really was going through in your most painful time. And just know that, yes, you can forgive these people, but can you ever really forget? Like, can you ever really, really forget? Like how alone you may have really, really felt, right? It's that kind of energy around this time. And you can love people. Yes, you can love people. But if people know who you are as a person and they know that you're a good person deep down, genuinely, they know you, right? If don't nobody else know you, these people know you. So there's someone that actually knew you. And it's like the same people that actually know you will be the ones that will go against you, turn on you, deem you as crazy, laugh about you, talk about you, probably like a dog. Only the Most High know what he done heard people really, really say about you. Because there's probably some people that done said some terrible things, right? And then not only did they say things, some people even be going to the extremes of really wanting something to happen to you, right? They be really wanting you dead. This is the reality of life, guys. Like, that's jealousy, that's envy, that's hatred, that's malice. That's that stuff you trying to work on and get up out your soul, out your spirit, out your heart, right? That's that stuff right there. All that stuff you don't want to touch. All the stuff people don't want to think about. That's that stuff right there that sometimes you're going to have to touch and you're going to have to think about it. Unfortunately, you're going to have to touch it and you're going to have to think about it. Why? Because after the unfortunate, you become fortunate again. After you unfortunately went through something, you fortunately now know not to go through it again. You remember, oh, okay, I touched it. It's hot. Let me not touch it again. That's the fortunate after the unfortunate of a situation. When you can take something that turned out to be so unfortunate and everyone else around you thought you was crazy and never saw you for who you truly were, only to then take the unfortunate of all situations in your life, things that people would never think you could actually dig yourself out of. Not only do you dig yourself out of it, oh yes you do, right? But don't forget, along the way, you was all by yourself and you had no one else but the Most High. So always give praise and thanks to who the only thing you really had was the Most High. When you had no one else, that's all you had, okay? So always remember that and know that, yes, there are people that may be feeling this guilt and this remorse energy. And it's not to bash them. It's not to say they should live in it for life, forever. No, but you should understand and understand that people have feelings. And this is real life. And if you wouldn't want nobody talking about you crazy, I can only imagine. Because I'm just telling you how it is from my perspective, right? I'm telling you, like, especially starting from tarot and then everybody thinking I was crazy. Come on. I'm not crazy. I'm psychic. I don't even call myself that. I'm intuitive. And I can pick up on energy. So I already know what you've thought of me or what you felt of me or what you've said of me. I already know. And I still learn to forgive and forget to move on. Because that's what this journey is about. Healing. Forgive yourself for you, not them. Once you forgive you, now you can live your life. So turn your ungrateful into your fortunate, right? Turn that unfortunate to your fortunate. Take that unfortunate situation, that pain, and everything that you had to feel, and everything that you had to endure, and everything that you had to go through. Take all of that. When there are people around you that know you're going through these things, take all of that. Take all of that and turn it into your fortunate. It is your time. Turn your pain into your profit. You have a life. Live it. And if you don't, then that's on you. But don't be mad at others for doing such. And there's something around this time where somebody was mad at you because you chose to live your life. But we all have free will. So I will freely choose to live my life. And you should freely choose to do the same. And if you're not, then there's something within you need to work on and heal, which is fine because this is Therapy with Miss T, where we keep it real, raw, and uncut. That is what we're trying to do at this time. Heal. And then once you can fully and finally do that, move on. Live your life, right? So there's something around this time, guys, where just know someone is feeling what maybe you felt already. And maybe you've already surpassed it. But does that mean you don't think about it sometimes? Does that mean it doesn't ding every now and then? No, of course not. You're human. You got feelings and you still feel pain. I don't care who you are, okay? You still have some sense of feeling within you to where you know you done felt some pain. So just know that, like that song, Celine Dion, All By Myself, I feel like somebody really was like in that energy. She was like, all by myself, don't want to be, right? All by myself anymore. She was saying she don't want to be alone anymore. But she was by herself, and maybe she even had people around her. Who knows? Because sometimes you can have people around you and you still feel like you all by yourself. So there's something around this time, guys, we're just knowing that, yes, you can forgive. Yes, you can. And you will in time. You will. But does that mean that you will ever fully forget? No, of course not. Of course not. But it means that you will be further away from it to where it won't hurt you as much anymore. To where you won't think about it as much anymore. To where you won't even look at it as much anymore. That's how much further away you will get from it when you finally choose to heal. So I don't know who this message is for, but someone needed to hear this today, okay? And know that you can overcome anything that you think is that you can't. Just take it from me that you can, okay? You really can. And that's the truth. As my mother was saying, and a lie ain't in it, okay? That's her saying. And delayed don't mean denied. So know that wherever you're supposed to be in life, you're going to get there. You have not been denied anything. You have not been not given access to anything. You are the only one that can stop you from that denial. But it does not mean you can't get it. Okay? You're the only one that can stop yourself. You are denying yourself of whatever it is that you truly want to do in life. It's just yourself, right? It's that accountability. Now, I'm not saying that it's easy for everyone's life to just go worry about them. No, of course not. But if you can take a couple more minutes out of your day to worry about you, try doing that. Worrying about you. Your life will be so much better. So there's something around this time, guys, where I feel like just know that wherever you're trying to get, you're going to get there regardless. But yes, some people are feeling that guilt and remorse around this time. And, I'm not saying this directly to anyone. So if I've offended anyone, and this is for people that I know personally, right? That is not my intentions. But if you do feel some sort of way, then that might be, maybe that's something going on that you have to heal. But I'm at peace with everyone and anyone that I've ever known in my life. And the peace that I have found, it's really came through the Most High. So if you really want to live a life of peace, guys, I promise you, I'm telling you, that's when you get to that lowest of your low, right? To that breaking point, to that point you don't know, you just don't know, right? Like you got to that point where you just really did not know. That's when you will find, I promise you, the Most High, okay? When you just don't know, right? Like you for real, this, that. Like other times might have been like, I don't know, but yet you knew other times. This gonna be that time you like, this time, I don't know, right? Like this ain't no, I know I might actually get out of it. Like this time you really walking by faith and not by sight. That's that kind of time, right? And just know that you are gonna be okay. And others may be feeling something around this time, but they will heal, right? And healing takes time. And if they, choose to heal, they will. And but as long as you continue to focus on you and do your part, then you'll be just fine. Okay, so as always, guys, this is Therapy with Miss T, where we keep it real, raw, and uncut. And I am Miss T. And this message is not for everyone, but if you have helped one, you've helped some. So I hope that this message helps someone. And like I said, it's never for anyone to be offended. I send peace be upon you, within you, and all around you. I promise you, I'm not here to offend anyone. I'm just here to help you guys heal through things that maybe you could be going through. That I'm just letting you know someone else has kind of gone through it before too, right? So we're all healing, guys. We all have feelings. So anyways, That's what I'm getting for you guys today. So let me tell you, first of all, we're not done yet, okay, guys? So it's been a long time freaking coming for me, but I have finally, okay, through all the everything I've been through, finally now restocked negative energy be gone sprays, and I have lavender and sage candles, and ooh, somebody's getting emotional. Whew, what is this about? I feel like I was about to break out in tears, like really tear up. I don't know what's going on, but guys, somebody getting emotional. But anyways, I have lavender and sage candles on the website now. Oh, someone feels okay. Okay, thank you, Spirit. I'll tell you guys in a sec. But anyways, so I have lavender and sage candles on there now. I'm coming with some more fragrances soon. So if you would like to support, I would appreciate it, and I thank you guys. But yeah, so negative energy be gone sprays, a spray a day keeps the negative energy. Well, I can't say it keeps it all away, but I'm saying it helps. It's been helping me. Okay, and then the lavender and sage candles. Everyone loves these, so I feel like you guys might yeah, you're gonna love it too. So, and it's been a growing journey with me. Okay, I make these myself, handmade candles. And yeah, if you guys could just, you know, rock and roll with me through this journey, they'll get better in time. They're great already. Let me not sleep on my stuff. They're great already, but I'm saying in time, things get better, right? And this I love. So this is what I spray every day, guys. All Things Spiritual 444.com. And I appreciate it, right? So every day we must spray the negative energy. Be gone, spray. And yeah, guys, until next time, and as always, I just appreciate and thank each and every one of you for rocking and rolling with me, Miss T. And yeah, what we tell them, guys, we tell them namaste.